All right, let me test something out here. All right, let's put the money right there. See if anybody's watching. Hello, hello. Let me put on this microphone. You can tell me if I'm 5 by 5. Probably have to cut those chimes off. I'm here. Hey, Blackbird. And I should be connecting to my Bluetooth. Let me know if you can hear me 5 by 5. Can you hear me? Good. Let me know. I should be connected to this these Bluetooth right now. So let me know if I'm coming in loud and clear. Hey, Dad, on Eve, it's windy today, so let me cover up those chimes, put a rubber band around it, and I'll get to conversating with you guys. All right. Hopefully, drop some knowledge here. Hang on a second. Let me put these chimes. As much as I like to, you can hear me, guys, right? Even though I'm in the. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs up. 5 by 5. 5 by 5. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Got the laptop here. I got my bottled water here. I got my grandpa mug right here. It is such a beautiful day this morning. You got me for about 20, 25 minutes, then headed to jiu-jitsu. Okay, cool. Your mic is fine. All right, let's get rolling. This will be especially for you, Dad on Eve 2. I always want to say Dad on the Eve is what I want to say. And just like you gave Secret Survival some things, I think you should change your name to Dad on the Eve. That would flow much more better. But that's just me. So you do you, brother. Last night, well, let me start off and say this, and I'll have to repeat this for anyone else because you're going to be leaving here. So this is just for you. His name is hard to say. Oh, it doesn't flow like it used to. I'll agree with you on that. In fact, I can't remember his first previous name. It was something, and then he changed it to Secret Survival or something. And now it's something savvy, whatever. He'll jump on here, I'm sure. But I'll have to ask him what his first channel name was. It was something else. It was like a prepper name or something. And I even thought about changing my name a couple times. Like, no, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm like, people know me as Red. I'm just gonna leave it as Red. But I like your videos, Dad. I'm gonna just say, Dad. I like your videos. I like your thought. I will say, even down on E2, I like it. Um, you definitely have a different perspective, right? And it's almost like talking to my younger brother. He has had a lot of channels, been watching him for years. He might be. Let me see, the heart's covering up this thing here. Oh, he is definitely in a lot of areas. I'll say that. So I've gotten to know him pretty well. I mean, he's still. I think that there's degrees of getting to know somebody here. Um, but there's some things I think you should keep private. Like me and him will have side chats, but we don't text each other. That's not something we do. We don't have each other's address, and that's okay with it. I'm okay with not getting too comfortable with people. Hey Yankee, how's it going, brother? I'm okay with getting not getting too comfortable with people here because people come and go in your life, right? And the ones that really stick around are the good ones, the ones that have been around for a while, just like you guys out there, right? Um, so getting to know someone takes time, and not good, bro. Uh, Not getting too comfortable with people on the internet, I think is a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's something personal. There's only been a few guys I've actually reached out to or heard asked me to them, but only because I've known them for such a long time here on the YouTube, or I took a chance and said, hey, I think this person's a good person, um, and it's worked out. And there's been one or two hit or misses. I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to say their names because I'm not about drama. It did not turn out the way that I thought it would turn out in the long run. So there's a lot of people here that are, how should I say, two-faced, and that's saying it kindly. I'm not being ugly. I'm not going to belittle anyone or put their information out there or whatever. But there's just some people that are two-faced, and that's just how they are. And people are characters, man. I keep telling people. I'm going to ramble here, Dad, because I got you for 20 minutes probably or less. Oh, there's a Black Hawk all the way over there, military chopper, far away. Um, but people are two-faced. People are, and I've said it before. People usually friend you if you have a bigger sub count, if you have a bigger channel, if you have more content, because they want to expose their channel, and so they're going to reach out to the bigger channels. And I get it. It's marketing, just like you do in real life. I've never done that. It's never been me. It's probably why I've never really moved up in the career I had. But speaking on your videos, yeah, it's like talking to my little brother sometimes. It's like listen to, you know, you're younger in years than me, but your outlook on life is just different, right? Different time, different generation. You like Disney. I don't get the fascination of that. I do like Star Wars. I do like Mandalorian. That stuff I like. I just don't get the fascination on the Disney parks. No hate on you, brother. Do your thing. I hear a lot of people enjoy it. I just don't get anything out of it. I just like it's just a lot of to me. It's like a lot of money down the tube. If it's a one-time thing, I get it, but it's just like it's so expensive to go there. But anyway, everybody has their kicks. I don't blame you for that. I've spent probably lots of money on knives. That's just me. And I got a response on a sale. Give me a second here. Um, of course, everybody wants to give me a line I purchase. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Yes. Let me see. Yes. Give me 30 minutes, and I'll get that. Okay. Sorry. Trying to make money when I can make money. But yeah, your videos are interesting. Too bad they're only once a month, and they're not throughout the month. I think I would enjoy that a little bit more. Hopefully you're still here, Dad. Let me know when you get ready to check out so I can say my goodbyes. Um, but yeah, just to take on, whether to invest or not. I will say this yesterday, well, I'm jumping all over the place because I'm trying to talk fast. This morning I was supposed to go get me a new pup, and that kind of fell through on my end. No fault on the person selling it. Uh, I wanted the pup, brand new little German Shepherd puppy, full blood. Uh, Looked at the parents. Um, I got some trips coming up, and the concern is with my wife is, well, what about when we go on vacation? Who's going to watch the dog? And in this day and age, it's a whole different mindset to own pets. Um, you have to be responsible. I mean, there's no more just getting a dog and whatever happens. I mean, there's shots the first year, there's the monthly dog food, the care, the groom, which you can do yourself. Um, and this time I kind of wanted an inside dog, but my wife, I don't think she's on board with that. She said it was okay for like the puppy stages, I guess, for the first 6 to 8 months, and then after that, so I'd have to build a little kennel out here for the dog, the kennel, and then put like a wood frame around it. And I'm retired. I have a lot of time, so it's just that's one of those things that just went through. Who else? Hey, Teresa. Good morning to you. Um, but yeah, your takes on the financial investment, this and that, is interesting to me because it's just a different generation, and this is for Dad on the Eve. Change your name to Dad on the Eve. That'd be cool. I'm dog sitting at my local sheriff's house this morning. Okay, cool. Yeah, and and the world's going through a lot of changes. It's just not the same anymore. The world is changing so fast, and then so that was this morning. So now my my time's free, and I told my wife I got to do something. I gotta stay busy. I stay busy, but I need something else to have a little purpose. Like I'm caring for something, right? I'm nurturing something. I even trying to get into plants and a little bit of gardening. Not my forte, not really like, oh, I'm passionate. I want to grow a rainforest over here. Just I plant a couple things here and there, just some plants, some flowers, just to garden up my backyard, right? Make it more homey. But I'm still want to try to get a dog. If it comes up this later this year, great. If not, I will aim for next year for sure. But yesterday went to my bank, and I'm not going to say which bank it is, but a well-established one, and decided to do something with some of my savings. And I was like, I'm going to diversify, right? I'm going to put some here, 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 and save secure ones that renew every cycle, whether it's a couple of months, several months, almost a year. They grow interest. They don't lose monies. And then if I don't pull it out or stop it, and I actually have to contact them or go in, it renews itself, right? And so I earn interest on it rather than just sitting in the savings, right? So I did that diversified it a couple of times, damn squirrels. So that's as much as I'm taking. I'm trying to look into maybe something, maybe some type of opportunity comes up for property or some type of investment, but not as a sole investor, but that I'm waiting for. I don't want to say I'm waiting for the market to crash, but I'm waiting for something to like become available at a lower rate. Like, man, I gotta get in now. Like, I gotta buy this property. I gotta buy this piece of land, this house, something. Or there's a company that's opening up. And please, anybody watching this, don't send me this. Oh, I know this business part. I'm not doing it like that. I'm doing it on my own. I'm not trusting anyone on the internet to send me stuff to say, if you contact me, I know some investment. I'm doing this on my own. So no offense to anyone out there, but if you see this, don't send me any links or comment. Please contact me because I don't do that. I just I don't. But down on the eve, I know you're trying to figure this out, brother. And then of course, you live in a whole different world than I do, as far as leading up to retirement. Like I'm, I already made it to the finish line. So now it's just I'm on a new board. I'm on a new Monopoly board. I'm not on the original OG one. I've gone around. I got to the finish line. So now I'm on a different board. And that's just, even my kids, I'm gonna see them living and playing by the same rules I did when I was working leading up to retirement. I get it now. They don't live in that same world, right? And I had this conversation with one of my relatives. And if anybody's wondering why I'm talking so fast, because I'm trying to get as much as I can out to Dad on the eve. He has to go to his jujitsu class training thing that he does. I know another guy personally, and on another social platform, and he does that. He has a little studio in the back. Maybe that's something that you can do, Dad. Anyways, he has a somewhat of a good little property out in East Texas, and he does jujitsu. He has his little classes or whatever, and he has other people that will host it, but he houses it there. It's like a big storage unit, not like humongous like a house, but it's a big, right? It's nothing fancy, but he had it remodeled and all that. So he pretty much works for himself. I think he works one day out of the week because his wife does real estate. There's bank CDs. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. That one renews every month. That's yeah. So definitely, I have three different levels, right? Months, periods where they just renew, renew, renew. And I asked the bank, I said, I don't want to lose any money on this. So this is not one of those stocks where it's like the market crashes. She goes, no, you don't lose any money. You earn interest on it. That's it. So, and the interest fluctuates based on the market. So I think it was like 4 point something, 4.1, unless I misunderstood on those CDs. And then I even did some for my kids, just to have them. So when they're ready, or they're like, hey, Dad, I want to buy my house, or I need to get a car, that's their money. It's already designated to them. It's not for me to touch or whatever. But it's in my name and in my wife's. And so I'm gonna look into another institution I have too and see if I can do the same thing there. I'm trying not to keep all my eggs in one basket, sort of say. So that's my thinking, right? The other thing is, I asked the banker this. This is for you, Dad, on the eve. Is I asked him if by chance I lose my wallet or somebody is able to scan some device and hack into my account and they drain my account or whatever, Do they have access to the CDs? I said, no, those are locked in. Like you actually have to come into the facility to have that money taken out or removed or stopped, whatever. Those just renew itself. So I'm like, great. I'm not touching those. Leave those in there. I have my 401ks. My wife has hers. I mean, so we have several different investments that are locked in like that. I just, like I said, I just don't want to have this amount of money in the savings that I'm like, can you do something with it before I spend it or somebody else gets a hold of it? So that's my thinking on that. And all you can do is do your part, Dad. That's it. That's all you can do is live your life. Don't stress about it. Think about it. Plan for it, but don't stress about it. Is what I'm trying to say. This moving on a little bit from stuff. Just devoted to Dad on the eve because I know he's about to leave here. Is and again, I'm thinking of my little brother when I say this to you. Is just um, you're gonna live and learn. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna go through things that other people have already gone through, right? That do your best as a parent, as a spouse, you know, as a husband, as a son to your mom. I think you said your mom's still alive, or she passed. Your dad's still alive. Make memories, man, because one day that's going to be you, right? That's going to be you, just like your dad, like old man, grumpy, if you haven't yet. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you very much. And then, and so that's my big brother advice to you, dad on the eve. It's just live your life, brother. Just don't think about it too much. Yesterday, I'm gonna move on now a little bit. So whenever you do check out, let me know, Dad. But yesterday, I was, the dog fell through. Everyone does things differently, and that works exactly, Blackbird. It's I try not to be too critical, too judgmental, but for me, that's how I balance my life. As I look at other people, now I don't go up to them and say, "You should do this," and you messed up by dating that person, blah blah blah. I get a little harsher when it comes to my own kids, right? Because they're my kids, right? I want the best for them. But when I look at other people and I say, note to self, don't do that. Note to self, don't do that. Note to self, don't play with fire. Note to, I use that as a judgmental to myself, compared my life to them. And I know they say, don't compare your life to other people. It's okay if you're doing it for the right intentions. So these things are trips. Yeah, and you've mentioned that, man, and I get it. If that's your way of making memories, what's what's the difference of me taking my kids to the beach, right, or going to the forest or go camping? Maybe different in prices, but yeah, I get it, man. Make memories, brother, because you're not taking none of this with you. Kids are about to outgrow character needs. Oh yeah, for sure. You're once your kids get out of that, you know, kid stage and they get into this teenager popularity. I gotta have friends. I can't be seen with my parents. Uh, Things change. I mean, and it's just part of life, right? You're no longer they're going to be that cool dad. If you're lucky, you're going to be that parent where like, I love my parents. I love my dad. I'm never embarrassed to be around them. In the sense, like you're not too cool when your friends come around to like give your dad or mom a kiss or hug and say, bye, mom, bye, dad. I love that. I love that stuff. But there's kids like, dad, dad, dad. Okay, dad, dad, my friends. Okay, dad, my friends are here. I'm like, I'm your dad. Like, who cares? Like, kids become too cool for their parents at some point. So, but yeah, yesterday I was also. I mean, like I said, retired. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love my retirement. It's just so peaceful, relaxed. I get up when I want, take a nap, drink some coffee, go around, go to the store, do this and that. No complaints, right? But there are periods and times where it's like I need a little extra purpose, and that's why I was looking into the dog thing. Like, but comes with the dog is the barking, the poop in the backyard. I got to pick up. I went and bought a bunch of stuff on Amazon, and I bought a big old huge trash can. And yesterday, I took dog food, pet toys, all kind of stuff back to the store, to three different stores. I'm gonna keep the big trash can for the leaves and all. I got 4 things coming in from Amazon today. Once I get them, whenever I get them this weekend, I'm gonna take them back and ship them back, and like I don't need them, you know. And my wife's like, I kind of feel bad now. I was like, well, don't feel bad. I mean, you feel how you feel. I get it, but my feelings are hurt, you know, because it didn't go through. And she's like, well, if you want the dog, get the dog. I'm just saying, I just don't want the dog in the house because the hairs. Is like, I get it, but it's nicer when you have both people on board, right? And I've always said this, like, it's awesome if you can find a person that like they love prepping, you love prepping. You like to go to the gun range, they like to go to the range. They like zombie movies, you like zombie movies. It's just nice when you have, and not every couple can find that kind of love, right? Or that relationship, I should say. It's not that you, if you're different, you love each other less. It's just you're just different, right? I mean, how many people love each other and are the total opposite. Like they're like night and day. Like this one likes knitting and sewing and reading books and watching soap operas, and this was like, hey, I like to be outdoors and camping and shooting guns and prepping and do man stuff, woodworking or planting in the garden, whatever, right? And they're together. They love each other, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you're just different. People are different, you know. But I was telling my wife, I was like, you know, I need a little extra purpose. I need a little extra, like, I need to care for something, right? Like almost like a kid. Hang on. I hear like a drum set or something. There's a big field behind my house, so luckily I don't have any neighbors. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Okay. So way down on the other side of the field, there's an event going on, and the Equinus is just traveling in this area. So sorry about that. A little loud for that in the morning, but it's not morning. Dad, okay, stay well, have fun, make memories, do your stretches, live and enjoy your life. But all right, make memories, even with the people there. So, and hopefully this helped. Hopefully this chat helped you this morning. So yeah, yesterday I was just feeling a little down, a little depressed. Tomorrow, you know, I just I was in a funk, you know, and I was like, and I told my wife, I'll get over it. Tomorrow be a new day. Tomorrow be like, you know what? I'm moving on. I gotta find something else to do. Wait, is it happening? And I'm late. What's happening? Be more specific, brother. What are you talking about? Wait, is it happening? Shit is the fan? Oh no, brother. It's just a title thumbnail. You know, I saw you were dare enough, bold enough to post what restaurant you were in. You know, yeah, it's a good way to get what's the word? Doxed. Um, yeah, keep those stores and signs and street things till minimum because man, people can dox people quick, man. And not that you have any enemies out there, I don't think, but still, I try to make sure I don't capture any street signs or highway signs or like, oh man, I know where that's at. That's a unique sign. That looks familiar. Like one of those water towers that has your city, your town that you live in. Like I try not to put that in my videos. So um, yeah, that's annoying. The drum set. Nobody wants to hear that shit. All right, sorry. So yeah, I just today I was like, I'm gonna get up, taking a shower. I usually love to take a hot shower in the morning just to like loosen up my muscles from just laying down, or at night too. Same thing. My wife said, "You take more showers than me." I'm like, I don't know. I like feeling clean. I like feeling the hot, warm water. If I had a hot tub, I'd be back here in the hot tub. But I thought today's a new day. Guys, let me know. Can you still hear me fine? If I got to speak up a little bit louder, I will. Hopefully the drumming sound will stop. It's annoying. I guess if someone drove around Carson City long enough, they would find Carson City, Arizona, I think you said. Dude, it's annoying. Stop that. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna stop it. It's some event going on, maybe like 3 blocks, 2 blocks away. Like I said, there's a field on the backside of my house, so there's no one living back there. It's just carrying over because the echo sound. But I thought today's a new day. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna start fresh. I gotta focus on something else. I'm not gonna focus on being depressed that I didn't get the dog. I focus that I'm bored a little bit. Um, you know, I still have my free time, I guess you can say. So still looking into the dogs if something comes up. I saw some chocolate lab dogs, and they were like red. I guess the dark brown is considered red lab, and then there's a yellow lab, which is the white one ish yellow, and then there's the black labs. And then I think there's chocolate labs. Anyways, I was looking at some labs. I contacted the lady that had them. She had like one of each, one brown, one chocolate, and one considered black. The brown one they call chocolate. I don't know why. Looks brown to me or red. But I thought labs are good too. They're pretty good friendly. I did not know this about house insurance. We're about to switch over, like many people. We just had a roof done. Looks amazing. The house is looking nice. I've been working on fixing it up. Getting contractors here and stuff. So the house is painted. The boards are replaced around. It looks good. We had a roof done. Looks beautiful. Now I'm waiting on getting screens done, and then that's it outside. Just trying to keep up my yard. But we're looking into like getting new carpet, floors, and stuff like that. I just finished painting our master bedroom, not professionally, just DIY. And then I need to get popcorn done on my roof on the inside because it's an older house. But little things like that, and it's like once those are done, then it's like, then what, So I told my wife this. It's never gonna projects are never gonna end around the house because the house is old, right? So there's always something to fix and upgrade. At some point, you just have to stop and say, "Hey, I'm content with this. It looks nice." It's never gonna look brand new unless you actually we go buy a brand new house. Everything is new. I'm down for that if you want to. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to start all over." I'm like, "We still got, I don't know, we still got several years to be on this house, and who's to guess how long we're gonna live?" So, but then the other thing is finding a house that doesn't have a HOA, something that has good property, because nowadays everything is so tight space, and I'm not about to live like house and house and house and house. I want some room. Like we have a good sized yard. There's no neighbors back. There's a big field in the back. The whole block that I live on, they're never going to build there. There's no way they can do that. Excuse the noise. Somebody's decided to do drumline. I guess there's an event going over like 3 blocks away, but the sound's carrying. Hey, guns, coast to coast, coast to coast. Hey, brother, you seem to piss off a lot of people, man. I think it's because of the like, well, yeah, know it all, Mister Know It All. I always chuckle when I hear your voice, like, oh, he's gonna piss somebody off. He's gonna piss somebody off with his knowledge and all his right answers. And I get the same thing, brother. I get it. Uh, I'm not a genius. I'm not a smart guy. I'm just a common sense fellow with his head, with a good head on his shoulders, I guess you could say, right? And you know, things happen to me, right? Sometimes people screw you over. I'm pretty good about not getting screwed over from people, and I'm pretty good about like saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna fall for those schemes or those gimmicks. No, no, thank you." But sometimes when you come off as you have your shit together, right? You're doing okay for yourself. You're not running into like all the other problems that a lot of people have. Not to be judgmental, right? Um, Life is good financially, right? For the most part, and you don't have a criminal background, right? Anyone that has those things, not saying they're a bad person, but when those someone with those 5 things come across as a person like you or me that has doesn't have these things going, they come, oh, you're judgmental. You think you're better than me. It's like, no, I'm just not stupid. I'm not dumb, right? It's like I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. It's like, sorry, not sorry. A house is just a place to hang your hat. People get too attached to their houses. Yes, Yankee dog. I agree. I agree. And this is the thing that trying to tell my wife, like, The poorest who don't know they're poor are the worst. Like we all just do our best. That's right. Okay, let me go back up. Hi Yankee. Let me see. Hey, guns close. Okay, so let me see. I'm the first to say I don't know. Touch the screen. Okay. Gunn said, I'm the first to say I don't know it all. LOL. Well, I hear you, and I would say the same thing. I think it's just the way we speak. We come off of like arrogant or like, no, I got my shit together. Let's just say that. I got my shit together. I don't know it all. I just got my shit together. And they're like, huh, we do our best. Exactly. The poors who don't know they're poor are the worst. Hey, Desert, explain that to me if you don't mind. I'm interested. I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Like, what do you mean by that? Can you give me a little bit more information or give us more information? Feel free to type. I'll read it. A house is just Yankee said. A house is just a place to hang your hat. People get too attached to their houses. Yeah, I'm a builder. Yankee, that's the thing that I'm trying to. It's just not the same, right? Like when my grandfather passed, there were so many memories in that house, right? And we have a lot of memories here too. But I tell my wife, when the day comes and you're like, honey, I'm honey. I'm I don't want to live here anymore, or I want a new house, or I'm ready to move. I told her, you just say the word, I'm down for that. I just have my stipulation that is, I'd like to live somewhere where it's open. Doesn't have to be the country. It would be nice to be outside the city. It'd be nice to have not the neighbors are close. I'd like to have a little decent yard. Yes, I know I got to maintain and cut it, but I'm okay with that. You know, and then of course, for the most part, I mean, the backyard's my little domain, right? My wife's whatever she wants in the house. I don't care. It's like whatever. I have a little corner space in the garage. It's mine, or half the garage is mine. That's all, and I have my shed here. So yeah, I'm ready for that. Guns. Let's see. Gun says I'm always listening to H High Desert but Silver. He keeps me honest. Yeah, I haven't got into the whole silver and all that thing. You probably missed it, Guns, but I was talking with Dad on the Eve or Dad on the Eve too about investing in some CDs where they kind of stagger out and they just renew every cycle. So I'm earning interest. I'm not losing money. I just don't have the kahunas to invest into like uh, stocks. It'd be crazy not having control over that. So that if I do need to pay them, borrow from it, I can pull from there. And then of course I have my savings, and then we have our 401ks, and we have a retirement. So for the most part, we're good. It's just now trying to pay off a couple little, you know, debts and stuff like that. So, um, just to stay ahead of the curve. And certainly, if opportunity comes up to buy a house, to either invest into it, flip it, rent it out, something, I want to be able to do that with money I have set aside. So, kind of waiting for the market to crash. I don't wish that on anybody, but with that, I know opportunity comes up. I'm really waiting for trucks to go down. I'm waiting for the truck dealers. I don't know if you guys remember. It was maybe like 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe longer. But I know recently, within the last 2 to 3 years, um, trucks. Remember when COVID kind of happened, and it should be okay to say that like anybody that had a car, dealers was like, oh, I'll give you like way above the market of what they normally would give. I tell, I'll give you 50,000, 75,000 for that truck, this and that. Like, hell no. I mean, they were paying big money for like someone that had a truck for a year or two. They were like giving them back more. Like if that truck was like 65, 75,000, there were some dealerships paying like up to 100,000 for like a good, well-used truck within like a year or two, low to mid-range mileage. Like they were buying them up, and then things kind of started picking up, and then and so anyways, I had a relative that had a truck paid off, a big, I don't know, 2,500. I forgot, a GMC truck, and they were the truck was paid off, and they went in to go look for my niece because this is her boyfriend. She was looking for Jeeps, and his truck was there. And the sales guy goes up. He goes, "Hey, how much for your truck?" And so the boyfriend was telling me, he's like, "I was just doing for shits and giggles." I was like, "Give me 25 G's, it's yours." And he goes, "Okay, let's go over here." And so he's like, he was surprised. Like he just said, "I want $25,000." And he's like, "It was worth it." He goes, they didn't know what the value of the truck was because it was paid off. It was already used. He had some issues. He's mechanically inclined, so he was able to fix some issues the truck had. Um, and he profited from it. You're not going to find those deals now, right? Not from the dealership, because I'm hoping they get to the point where, like, I'm going to go back and read the comments. I'm hoping the dealerships, just like the market, I hope the market, I hate to say crash, but I hope the housing market just like bubbles. Like, man, we got all these properties, and I can, like, this is my time to jump in and buy one house at least. But I'm hoping the same thing for the trucks. I'm hoping, like, I think they're going to get to that point where there's just so many trucks on the lot, like you're not going to sell them, because right now, brand new trucks, people are paying up to $1,000 a month for a brand new truck. I just paid my truck off this month. I got about like 76, 75, 76,000 on it. Truck's 5 years old. Didn't put a whole lot of mileage on it. I should have way more for that. If I keep up with everything, I should have that truck for anywhere between 150,000 up to 200,000. Still running good as far as before it comes up to issues, right? Knock on wood. And then when you get close to 200 mark, I mean, you're really taking a chance on it, right? All right, let me go back up here. Let's see. Let's see, guns, compound. Okay, let's see. Let me see. I missed some of these. Gun said, "I'm always listening." Okay. Yankee Dog said, $1,000 as house, 2,400 as a shop. Now we're talking. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Yankee. Guns. Compound inches is not some ancient secret, but people seem to not know it. Yeah, because when most people, and this is the same for me before I retired, before I sold my grandfather's house, I had no money to play with. So I had no interest to understand what markets are in CDs. If I don't have any, if I have no money to go to the casinos, I'm not going to care to learn the games because I'm not going to be there. I have no money. I think that's mindset is like CDs and 401ks and stocks and bonds and investing in crypto like that. I have no money to play, so why am I going to waste my time learning about that? And I'm not saying anything against your comment, just saying that's why most people don't know guns. Uh, I have a little bit of money now, so it's like I have to look into that, and that's what I'm doing now. So I just want my 16 by 32 to be done and moving. Nice. Guns Coast Coast, I'm looking for a reasonable truck price also. Yeah, and it's just like I'm not paying $1,000. Like it's ridiculous. Like insurance, housing insurance has gone up. We had to shop around with them for a new one because it was going up like ridiculous. I think it was going up to like $600 with the new carrier. I was like, we can't afford that. Like no, like. And now that we just got the roof done, before we switched over, we got a good rate, a decent rate. It went up a little bit. It's like we can manage that. And the thing is, if you owe a mortgage, you have to have the insurance, right? My wife said, I said, we don't have an option to just drop it. Like, fuck it. I don't want the insurance. My sister-in-law, my wife's sister, their house was paid off. It's been paid off. They don't have any insurance coverage. She was like, oh, I guess if the house burns down, I mean, we can sell the property. And the property is really what the value is, not so much the house. When somebody's buying a lot and a house that's on it, you're buying that piece of property more than you are the house. Some will argue, some will beg the difference and say, no, that's not right. But at the end of the day, that's what you're buying. You're buying that lot, you're buying that piece of property, you're buying wherever that area is. The house is a plus, definitely. But how many times you see ads if you look for like out in the open country, you see a trailer home on a like 1, 2 acre, 3 acre lot. You're buying that property, you're not buying that trailer home, right? It's nice to have a home that's there because the plumbing, electricity, all that's done. But you can always put something else out there, right? You're buying that piece of property, is what it is. My newest pickup is a 1976 F-150. Nice. You keep it, hey, you have to know how to mechanically up with them. And if you don't work on trucks, You better learn real on the truck. Anyone want to come work on my F-250 for me? Around here, they changed since COVID. They're offering huge money to buy your truck, but it's just to get you in to buy a new one. That's true because they're gonna look at us like, hey, I'll give you X number of dollars by this. Now you don't have a vehicle. Let me take you around a lot over here, and we're gonna show you some new trucks. Like this money just got. So back to you. Now the only way you're gonna come on top of that is if you say, hey, you buy my truck, and I have another one already planned that's used that I locked in the deal, where I'm like, I'm gonna give this to this guy, and I still got a little bit of money. That's when I'm on top. Paying premium of 5,000 K credit cards costs about. Yeah, I paid all of mine off. Guns. I don't. I own. I have one or two that are zero balance that I have locked away in the safe. I don't even keep in my wallet because I don't want to touch them unless I need to. So we're working on getting my wife's getting some of hers done too. So before she retires, please still don't get that. Let's see, 29% interest rates for people with low income creates a whole other yeah, exactly. It's just a cycle, man. Damn credit cards. And those saying spoke, but 75,000, 75K trucks on 7-year loans. Dude, I remember back in the day, and I'm sure you do too, because you're about the same age as me. I don't say you're older than me because I don't want to insult you, but we're about the same, right? Gen X, I'm assuming. High desert, other people here. Remember when remember when your car loans were like 2, 3 years, 4 years? Five was the max, I think, for many, many, many years. This truck I had was a 5-year note. Now you're looking at notes 6 to 8 years for these vehicles. I'm like, that is crazy, man. That is crazy. Spoke equals people. I'm just glad my last truck loan interest rate is lower than inflation. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about if you're one of those people, if you're one of those people that does not want to deal with like because most tires will last you when you get a car, right? For 65, 75,000 miles, right? If you're one of those people that doesn't like to like, I don't want to buy tires, not to mention tires are ridiculous now, brand new set, right? I don't want to spend batteries have gone up. They're not like back in the day. It was like, oh, let me get that $50 battery on the wall there. No, you're looking at 125 on up. 125, 200, 250 for brand new batteries, depending on your car. If you're that person that doesn't like old, outdated dashboard radios, and you're just like, I want to stay on the trend, your best bet is probably to lease a vehicle for a year or two. You don't really own it, you're leasing it, and then when the lease is up, you trade it in, you get the next best thing. That's the way you stay on top of that. If you're one of those like, I want to own my truck or I'm buying this truck, so I want to do whatever I want and jack it up and lift it and put neon lights and all of that. Okay, go buy your truck, right? And I eventually want to pay it off, right? Um, then then either you're either in that category where you're the mindset of like, hey, I want to buy my truck so I can do what I want, pay it off, right? By the time you pay that off, then all the issues come up, right? I'm good years on my trucks before something major happens, right? I'm hoping for at least another year to year and a half. By then, we'll see what our next chapter is in our lives, whether it's here, move, or whatever, right? Maybe I'll find a job. Like, hey, I found a job. Um, or you're that person like, I just have to stay on top. I want new, 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 new. I want to get this car for a year or two. And one of my kiddos is doing that. She had bad credit. She wanted a truck. She's like, "Will you co-sign?" I was like, I'm not big on co-signing, even for my kids. But other ways, right? But I'm like, look, let's go look at leasing because you want something newer. You want the payments to be low. She was kind of kicking and screaming about the whole idea. And then she's like, okay, well, I found this Honda place, lease a vehicle. I'll go this route, Dad. You're right. They'll give me the newer car. I'm not going to own it, but my payments are going to be affordable. And when the lease is up, I could always say, hey, I want a new lease, new vehicle. And you keep up, right? You get newer vehicles because older vehicles, they're going to break. parts going to go out, the tires are going to bust, battery's going to go out. I've already put in, since I've had the truck, this is my original battery. I've had two replacements. So yeah, I'm on my third battery in this truck here since I've had it. Brand new battery recently. Finally gave out. Had to get the screen, that LCD screen that's in a lot of the trucks, where it has like touch screens. I got that replaced. I didn't have to, but I noticed it started freezing up. Luckily, one of my niece's boyfriends, he knows how to do that stuff. Paid like $200, less than 300 for it, and he said, "Come on by, I'll install it for you." It didn't take him too long. Had a little nicks and stuff here and there as far as like hassles with getting the dashboard out, but got it and it's been working like a champ. Those things were out too, right? Call the dealership to get the new screen, and they don't just give you the piece you need. You got to buy the whole compartment unit to get that the same thing and probably all the extra parts. I just got the screen from eBay, but to get that screen and whatever other kit that it comes in, and to get the dealership to install it, $1,500, guys. $1,500. When my seats under the driver's seat, the electric seat on the truck went out, the motors, I had to go to the junkyard and spend time and look for new motors and take a chance that those are going to work. But that means manual labor. I have to go get those, take them out. Hopefully they work, right? Put them in mine and do the work myself. Or contact dealership, says how much for a new motor kit, get it installed. A little bit over 1,000, like 1,000 and some change. And I told family members, like, what? I'm like, look, I have the means, right? I have the means. I don't want to hassle with going to the junkyard, taking a chance on is that part going to work, or one or two of them, because there's a couple of motors in there. I don't know if you looked under your seat to do that, because when you go to the junkyards, usually, unless you find one, they don't do that stuff for you. If you want a part, you have to take that off. If you're lucky, they do it for you, so you don't fuck up the other stuff. Then you got to pay for that, right? So time travel, take a chance for the used part. Then you got to come back. Then you got to install it yourself. That's another hassle if you don't have the right tools or knowledge. And if you get a part that doesn't match your rest of the car, you have to spray paint. You got to do that work yourself, or take it something like, you know what? I'll just do that. So let me see what everybody's saying here. Eclipse Mania is in Ohio. Oh man, it's here in Texas too. Gun school sent home Eclipse classes. Yep, got an email there. Defective today. I would not recommend Eclipse or Solar Thing, but my neighbor's really big into that, and she has the glasses. They do it every year, but I told my wife I'm not looking up at that thing. I'm just gonna look at everything around here, and I'm gonna film it, or I will do this. I'm not looking at the sun. Plus, I'm sure people are gonna record it. I'm gonna see it on TV, but just to experience it out in the open, I will look at it and say, "Wow, that's crazy." But to look up at the sun, I'm not too big on that. I remember a person could write off the interest on a car loan on their taxes. Really? Man. Yeah, the the government, man, they get you every which way, man. Let's see. LOL guns. Okay, I can't see paying more for a vehicle than I can still buy a house. That is crazy, isn't it? Isn't it, Blackbird? I mean, it's like your truck is more than a house payment would have been years ago. Right now, it's not uncommon to pay rent 15 to $2,000 on an apartment. Like that's more than my mortgage right now. It's like that's crazy. So I think the time of buying houses like our generation for this generation, it's not the same, obviously. For my truck needs, it would be honestly cheaper to Uber everywhere and rent the truck. That's smart. I mean, that is, I mean, everybody wants to own the truck. This is my truck. Yeah, my truck. But we're getting to that point where it's like, you know what? I don't even want to hassle that. The thing is, you want that you depend on other people, even Uber, even though you're paying for it, you lose some independence. Not able to just, I'm gonna get my truck and go to Sonic. I'm gonna my truck go to the store. To have to like, let me get on my app and let me Uber. No, do waiting for the Uber guy. Oh, he's here, and it's not my vehicle, it's theirs, right? So I can't just go pop off a fart like, yeah, I'm gonna trip myself. We all do it, right? Yeah. You don't have that independence, or I want to put this stuff in your, like, oh, you can't put that in my vehicle. You're gonna have to call a different Uber that has a truck. We're not doing all that. It's not the same. So you give up that. Certainly, you still have to get to the store, right, to rent the truck from Lowe's. But I get it. It's certainly ideal for the person in that situation. I'm not against it, but yeah, which is sad regarding truck prices. Yeah, gotta fly. All right, Blackbird, have a good one. I'm gonna end this here pretty soon anyway. I'm trying to keep it at an hour or so. Another, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Ramble here for a little bit. So, and I need to go to me too. See you, Blackbird. See ya. All right, Yankee Dog. I'm about to get out of here in a few, but for those sticking around, let's chat it up for a few more minutes. I got to get to Goodwill and drop off some donations. I went through my closet last night and I just took out shirts and this and that. I was like, I'm getting rid of this stuff. It's just the more clutter you have, it weighs you down, right? When you have just stuff you're hanging on to, it's almost like it's just weighing you down because it's on your shoulder. Like, I own this, I own that. I'm like, get rid of shit, man. Like, so I went through and I took out a full basket of clothes. Just like, I'm never going to use these. I'm never going to use them. I have the means to go buy new clothes if I need it. I'm really trying to descale and downsize stuff, material stuff, and just keep the stuff I need. And I'm trying not to buy stupid shit anymore. Just stuff to, like, just my Red October t-shirts, the Cowboys red and all that. I put that in a donation basket. It's going somewhere to a Goodwill. So, and they're good shirts. They're brand new. But during the zombie thing when we had lockdown, I had nothing else to do. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this t-shirt and I'm gonna put this. Maybe I'll get some. And I think I had one person buying a t-shirt from me the whole time. Nothing. Didn't make any sales. Wasn't catchy. I'm like, I guess I'm moving on from all that stuff. So, it's fine. You gotta let some stuff go. you know, you gotta let some stuff go. Some things are just not marketable, and sometimes you just have to move on from things and groups and people, and sometimes it's just not a match, man. You know, I guess it's another thing that's kind of bugging me too. Is just like not fitting into certain groups. And I'll just say that it's like, oh man, it'll be cool. Like, we're hanging out and this and that, and making new friends. We're taking photos and, like, yeah, life is good. This and that. Sometimes you're just not going to fit in certain groups, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. You're just not going to fit in. Whether it's different lifestyles, like you don't do what they do, or you're not the right color. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth, right? We live in a world like that. We live in a world of color, good or bad. There's good people out there. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of good people. And I will say this, and I've said it before, most of my friends here on this platform are this good people. And I wish I knew people like that in person close to me. And it's sad to me. It's sad that when I feel that way, because I know, like, I'm a good person. I don't, but to find people that I'm not interesting to them. But I still don't feel like part of that stuff. So, you know, I'm just going to do what I do in the backyard. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to, I got three people watching. Dang. All right. Got three people watching, but it's just one of those where it's like, you just have to move on, right? And to, hey, everyone else that's staying behind that with that group or whatever, I wish you the best, man. I don't, life is too short, man. I saw Chris Angel talk about David Blaine, and for years they were just competitor magicians, right? And hopefully I got a few people still watching. There are four people now. And David, Chris, and I'm going to end this with this story and I'll wrap it up. But Chris Angel was saying, he was interviewing with a podcast. He was saying that after years and years of doing a lot of magician and being, and of course he's older now, right? He's like, I went to a David Blaine show. He's another magician, and he said after the show, I went up to him, I was like, hey man, good performance. He was just trying to be humble. Chris, Chris Angel was trying to be humble. Say, hey man, good performance. You did a great job. You know what? Let's become friends, man. Let's break the ice, and as a token of my friendship, let's start. I want to give you this ring. He said he had this ring. It was worth $20,000, and he goes, the ring didn't bother me. Like I wasn't so materialistic attached to it. I've been listening to the whole time. I really like your thoughts. Oh, thanks, Teresa. I appreciate it. Teresa, where did you? Just a question for you. Where did you run into me that you found my channel? Like, what was I on another channel, or did somebody shout me out and you found me, or I'm just curious. And you can type a long response if you want. Um, but Chris Angel was saying, I just, I wanted to break the bond. Like, hey, man, there's no hate, man. I wish you the best, and you're a great magician. And he said he even stole one of my acts, like being underwater for like an hour, like that. Of course, it's all magic, right? It's magician stuff. He's like, I'm okay with it. Like I did it first. Like he took my idea. I won't say stole it, but like he took my idea and he did his thing years later, and I'm okay with it. Like I want to be humble. He goes, and Chris Angel was saying, I had a kid that went through cancer, had cancer, leukemia thing, and went through it for years and years and years. You were in a chat I was in, not sure which one I watch a lot. Maybe Rescue or Hutch. Okay, yeah, Rescue, Hutch. Yeah, all those are good guys. I don't jump on their lives or anything like that. But yeah, all good guys. And I've been taking a break, Teresa. I watch their channels, but I usually I'll jump like, hey everyone, hey this and that. And I've just been in a funk kind of lately. I'm just like, I'm just watching. I'm not even commenting. It's like, I'm sure those guys like, what happened to Red? But yeah, Backwoods, Hutch, that's some good guys, and Rescue too. And so Chris Angel was just saying, he's like, I wanted to extend the token, and so he offered him the ring. And Chris Blaine was like, oh, I can't accept that. I can't accept that. And he called his friend over, Chris Blaine, not Chris Blaine, David Blaine. Sorry, David Blaine called his friend over. And so his friend's like, "Oh, let's put it in a museum." And Chris Angel's like, "Well, I'm not offering to you. I'm offering to David. And what David wants to do with that ring, if he wants to give it to you or you want to give it to the museum, that's up to you. I want to offer a token of my ring to David." He was like, "Oh, I can't accept that." He said, "Well, let's take a picture together, man." And Chris Angel told David Blaine this, and David was like, "Oh, I I can't do that." And he's like, "Dude, grow up. Like we're adults, man." Like I guess David Blaine was like, "I can't be seen in just a photo with you. Like we're buddies now." And it's just like this image that at what point do you drop the image and say just a person like Red October, right? If somebody said, "Hey, man, I'm just I want to collaborate with you," or like, you know, they bump into me in public like, "Hey, I'd like to take a picture with you if you don't mind." Like, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't be seen with just you. You're nobody, or you don't have a channel, or maybe you're my competitor, and you're offering a peace offer. Like, yeah, I just want to take a photo with you." Like people can make amends. People can be friends. At the end of the day, man, it's just a title. It's just an image. Like I'm just a person, just like anybody else, just like you. We live a little differently. Maybe our values are a little different, but we're still people. Life is too short to hold grudges. Life is too short to like, and I say this even with people here, people that I've run into that I fell out of flavor with, that I just that won't apologize on their part, or they won't admit their part, or they won't say, "Hey, you know what? I was a dick," or "Yeah, I screwed you over," or "I did you wrong." You have to let those things go. It's, hey man, I wish you the best. I don't wish that you go and fuck somebody else over. And I wish you the best. All right. Take care. And you move forward, man. You move forward. You don't look back. You learn from that, right? You learn from that situation. Let's see what. Hey, Camo. Damn, you missed this. I'm about to end this here, but I'm trying to finish on a high note, on a positivity note story. Fake people suck. Just to be the real you, you will end up with friends who actually like you instead of fake. Yeah, exactly, Teresa. Yeah, and so, he was just saying, I was just trying to be humble. He said, that, I guess I exchanged numbers, or I don't know how he got his number, but Chris, Chris Angel, I'm sorry, Chris Angel said, he was telling the guys that he goes, I even text him. Chris Angel said, I even text David Blaine on Father's Day. I said, hey man, happy Father's Day, brother. Have a good day. He goes, I didn't get a text back from the dude. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? Whatever. Like, I'm going to move forward. Here I am just trying to make peace out. And this guy's he's just so into character. He can't see past himself, and I'm just like, what a way to like view life from Chris Angel's point of view. And that is just to be humble, right? And I have to, I have to be reminded myself, I'm not perfect. I'm not Chris Angel. I'm not an angel from God. I'm a good dude. I'm a good person in real life. I try to stay well balanced. I'm human. I make mistakes. Sometimes I talk shit. Sometimes I say negative things. And I'm like, you know what? That's not the right thing to do. I'm better than that. Why do I want to cause myself stress like that? Why do I want to belittle someone else? And I come to terms and I realize, hey, that wasn't cool, or that's not a good way to live, right? Consciously living with that and that. So I do my best to make amends when I need to make amends to people and say, hey, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll tell you, hey, man, I'm wrong, brother. My mistake. Now, are there people that in this life on YouTube or in real life that I don't like? Yeah, there's people I don't care to see. I don't care for their materials, but that's not going to stop them because of what I think, right? That's just a different character than I choose to be or be around. Hey, I hope over time you become a better person, right? Uh, but I'm human. I have my likes and dislikes of other people or what they do or how they act, and I'm like, you're a grown man, like be better than that. But people are who people are. You can't tell them what to be or how to change. I know I wouldn't want anybody telling me how to be or how to talk. So I have to stay humble to myself and say, you can be judgmental, like from me, like I'm looking at them and saying, note to self, don't, don't do that. Note to self, I don't want to be like that. Note to self, don't be a dumbass. But that doesn't mean I have to cast judgment on them and go up to them like, you're an idiot, dude. You're a fucking idiot. Like, I don't have to be like that. I don't have to go and say, hey, everybody here, that dude over there is a dumbass. Like, I don't have to, like, what's that? I'm not going to go the extra mile and do that to other people, right? They're dumbass. Let them be a dumbass. I don't have to be that way, right? I can be better. I can learn from them and say, hey, I don't want to do that. So, but I have been taking a break from videos, guys. Anyone that's watching this or that will watch on the recap, I am still here. I'm just trying to find center, balance, ground, and not just put out videos just to put them out. I'm still throwing the rope in every day or every other day, just getting a feel for it. I got my Yeti cooler right here with the cow head, and then I have my other one, the black one that I have over there. So I try to stay out here as much as I can, and just be outdoors and just enjoy life as best as I can. So, but to that, I'm going to end it, and I'm going to say, be blessed, stay humble, be kind, learn from other people, right? Live the best life you can live. You're not going to take any of the shit with you. You're not going to, you know, take it with you in underground. It's going to be passed on to somebody else. So enjoy what you have. And if you're not getting enjoyment out of it, get rid of it. I'm going to go to Goodwill after this and take a bag full of clothes and some other house items and blenders and just thermostat, just stuff that I don't need. Like, why hang on to it at this point? It's just weighing me down. The more shit you have in life, the more it weighs you down. So keep what you need. Stay blessed. God bless. Share the video. I never say this. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Um, I don't beg for people to come to my channel, but hopefully I offer them something good. And you guys have a blessed day and pray for me. Uh, pray that I find the right dog soon. I definitely want a puppy, I think. I just got to wait for the right opportunity. And yeah, stick around. I'll post again soon. And God bless. All right. Adios. Red's out. Red October out.